Two captains on either side, both of them smiling at the end of the game. What a game of cricket. MSD grabs his fifth title and equals Rohit Sharma's record now. Does this put an end to the debate of who's a better captain in IPL? This and more in today's episode. One, two, three, four. Welcome, Sanket Vora and Bhavik Mehta. Was this IPL final the one that the fans deserved?
Absolutely. And there's no question on who's a better captain. I mean, it's hands down MS Dhoni, and that would remain for decades, or I would say the century, at least this century, unless there's someone else coming from the next generation. But Rohit has had five titles, and Dhoni just equaled his record of IPL trophies. But Dhoni has much more. He has achieved much more as compared to Rohit Sharma. So there is no comparison at all. Absolutely, the fans deserved this final, the last ball finish. And come on, if at all you are in Ahmedabad, a test would not last for 3 days. But this T20 lasted for 3 days. And an absolute humdinger for all the fans, cricketing fans. Sorry.
Well, all I would like to say is that the final and the climax of the final also puts an end to the media controversy created about the rift between Jadeja and Dhoni. If you just look at the way post the winning shot, Jadeja sprinted all the way, and the way Dhoni simply lifted him up. If you just look at that moment, that just shows you that what happens inside the dressing room between the team is entirely the team's thing, and whatever goes out in the media is it's cooked somewhere else in some another kitchen. What a moment! What a moment! I mean, when Dhoni got out, it seemed pretty anticlimactic. I mean, it would have been a dream moment for Dhoni finishing off in style, but that was not to happen. But well, in all sense, his predecessor, in all likeliness, did the same thing. 10 needed of last two, 6 and a 4 to finish. And Mohit Sharma said he delivered the ball that he wanted to deliver. Still, Jadeja could put it off. Heads off to him. What a game! What a game!
So we were there. I was there. I watched it live. And entire this scene, Jadeja hitting the boundary of the last ball and then taking off in an entirely opposite direction than where his team was sitting. And he made sure he took the entire lap of the round, or at least 3/4 of the round before he reached MSD. And MSD, after the winning runs were scored, the entire CSK ran out. MSD was sitting there chilling by himself. He stood up calmly. He packed his pads, gloves, put things away first, and then one of the coaches came and he hugged him, congratulated him, and then slowly started walking towards where Jadeja was running. Irrespective of whether people were wearing blue jerseys supporting GT or wearing yellow for CSK, it didn't matter at that point of time whom you were supporting before that moment. Everyone there was for a single man called MSD. Mahendra Singh Dhoni, and that's the love and warmth that he gets from everyone, and I think he also deserves it with all the things that he has done for Indian cricket.
I'd also like to say that, I mean, the way Hardik mentioned in his post-match presentation, I mean, how apt was it that if I had to lose, I wouldn't mind losing to Dhoni. That just shows the stature of the man to his followers, as well as to the players whom he has inspired.
No, as Hardik said, that destiny was written, and he also said that good things happen to good people, and he's been one of the best people Hardik has known. And not only Hardik, I would say we all have known a person with not showing much emotions on the ground. This might have been the first time we have seen so many emotions coming out. See, he has won so many accolades and so many trophies for India, for his franchisee. But I haven't seen Dhoni uh, showing so many emotions on the screen, and he has been a very calm personality, and that actually transpires into the way he leads the team. Uh, but this finale was something different, and as Bhumit mentioned that we saw the I'm a little surprised. How did you see the emotions that far away from audience? But we actually captured the emotions frame by frame, and we are lucky to have that witnessed on the big screen. Absolutely, an awesome finale, and something as we all rightly said that the fans deserved it the most. This was the
And
game set up for the fans. The match going till the last ball, and I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better finale.
and I'd like to take this moment, would like to kind of take up the collars, pat myself on the back, because when it came the crunch moment, all my predictions went true.
After a series of losses and an
Came to the
absolute
crunch games,
embarrassing week,
playoffs,
you were back.
come to the playoffs, come to the finale.
No,
And
no,
not
only
only that,
finale. Only finale. Let's keep it
I
only finale.
predicted Gujarat will defeat MI. I had predicted MI will win against Lucknow.
Well, you also predicted two brothers final.
Yeah, but then things
Pretty early in
change.
playoffs.
And not only that, Dhoni has indicated that he might be coming back. And imagine that. So CSK will be, I mean, Chennai will be hosting the first game of the next IPL. Dhoni
Yes,
coming back to Chennai as a defending champion. And if it has in the destiny, defending the title at Chapok on maybe month end of May 2024 against Mumbai, both the captains running for their sixth title and that way supremacy of IPL. How about that? But that's too far.
Yeah.
So come back to the
So
final.
before we go there, let's move on to Gujarat Titans now since they batted first. In fact, we should move on to Reigns first because Reign was the player of
They
the
batted
match on day
first.
one. Yeah, they batted, they bowled, they did everything on the first day. No one else got a chance to do anything. But comes take two second day and Gujarat Titans batted first. And Gill, Saha, old war horses, they've done pretty well all through this IPL. But I want to
right.
give more screen time to one person for the final, and that is Sai Sudarshan. What an emerging
Wow.
talent this guy is. And after being retired in the previous game for 40 something, he just comes back and baffles everyone with the timing and the huge hits that he hit that day.
And what a stage to perform. What a stage to perform. As an uncapped player, somebody who's hardly known to, except for the scouts and people who are closely monitoring domestic circuit of cricket, hardly anybody would have heard of Sai Sudarshan. And now he's known by the world.
Bhavik, Bhumit, there is a trivia here. There is a Karnataka Premier League that happens before IPL.
Yeah, correct.
In that, he was bought at 21 lakhs, whereas IPL, Gujarat bought him for 20 lakhs.
Wow, jackpot for Gujarat.
So just imagine. I mean, 21 lakhs might be the top bid that he might have earned in Karnataka Premier League, whereas now this is the minimum a player gets. And this is the base price of
base price for the IPL.
But with the base price, the way he has performed, my boy, I mean, he was exceptional with his timing, with his shot selection, and um, as you said, what a time to perform on a very big stage. And he was not at all seen uncomfortable. We have seen all the matches that he has played, and he has shown promise. He did pass around 35 odd in all the matches that he played, and with a decent strike rate. And final was no different. Just raised the bar completely.
A strong finish. Even Hardik Pandya gave a strong impetus, and they were able to finish a score where they would have liked it. If at the toss time we would have someone would have said take 200 don't bat, they would have agreed to that. Considering it's a final, 200 is a huge score.
Yeah, surely. I'm sure they would have. Yeah, you're spot on. They would have grabbed it with both hands. That if there is not there, and but Chennai also has a strong batting lineup, and they just got the start that they would have wanted from Convoy and Ruturaj Gaikwad. But I would like to mention a very small cameo, but what a critical cameo that was from the man playing his final IPL match also. And my heart goes out for Aidu. Is probably will go down as one of the most mysterious and unfortunate cricketer in India forever. But what a knock that was. 6-4-6. That really changed the complexion for Chennai. Of course, there was a twist thereafter, but he just brought that equation within grasp for the Dubey and Jadeja to finish.
Bhavik, I completely agree, but the cameos were played by each and every player, starting with Devon Convoy, Ruturaj Gaikwad. One down was Shivam Dubey, though he actually managed to surpass the target that was given. Then came Rahane. He also played an absolute blinder. Then it was Raidu, Jadeja. So all of them, I would say, barring Mahendra Singh Dhoni, who got out on the first ball, I would say rest all of them played a very quick cameo, and because of that, they could just surpass the score in the final ball. And see, if at all you see, last over 13 to defend. Mohit Sharma had did this before against Lucknow, and he has been in similar situations in previous many matches. But what was surprising and what actually baffled me was the first four deliveries he bowled Yorkers in the block hole, and he was just doing his normal routine. After the fourth ball, there was a break. There were people coming, there were coaches coming and giving him all the instructions on how to bowl, how not to bowl, and all the pep talks. But I thought that actually might have broken the momentum.
So I don't know if you guys saw this on TV, if they showed this on TV, but the last over lasted for eternity. It was like it just wasn't completing. It just wasn't finishing the over. And a huge credit for that goes to Hardik Pandya and Ashish Nehra. So we saw this on the sidelines. Ashish Nehra was just standing near where the long off would be standing. And initially, when the over started, it was David Miller who was standing there. And or maybe it was the previous over. But he kept, after every ball, Ashish Nehra kept telling something to David Miller, who would then go and relay the message to the bowler. At one point, it looked like the bowler got irritated by that. And then Ashish Nehra asked Hardik Pandya to replace the cover fielding position with David Miller. So David Miller goes to covers, Hardik Pandya comes to the boundary. And then Nehra keeps telling Hardik what to do after every ball is bowled. And what was very interesting was Hardik Pandya kept talking a lot with the bowler between every ball. And there was no outcome of that. I mean, they were not changing fielding after every ball or after every discussion. There was no field change. In fact, through the entire over, there was no field change. The field was exactly same as what it was when the over started. So I really wasn't sure what they were talking about so much, because neither was Mohit Sharma changing his bowling style, neither was there a change in field. So then, was there really a requirement to talk so much? We didn't know, or maybe it was just a strategy they were deploying to, upset the batsmen a bit, take some time, calm down the bowlers, calm their own nerves, rather than actually having another impact on the match. There's one thing that even Jadeja did, which was different from the previous four balls. He moved to the leg side and gave himself some room. I don't know if that
Yeah.
worked in his favor. That upset the bowler's rhythm a bit and maybe missed the length, maybe not. But that is what gave him enough room to swing his arm through the line and grab a six on that ball.
I think two things. On a serious note, I think if I spotted it correctly, for the first two balls that Jadeja faced in that over, he was standing on the crease or slightly outside the crease. But on the fifth ball that he faced, he was standing right back.
Mm.
He was standing right deep inside the crease. That is one strategic thing. I mean, and then on a lighter note, probably what Nehra was trying to say is don't do what I did against South Africa in 2011 World Cup or what I did against another team in a T20 World Cup, where he failed to defend 16 in the last over.
Or what did
So he was probably just
career.
trying to. So probably he was just trying to say, don't do what I did. Don't do what I did. But
I mean,
yeah,
the
I
only
mean,
pep talk Hardik Pandya and Ashish Nehra would have been giving every ball was, boy, you are doing perfectly fine and you are bowling the correct ball. Just do not lose concentration. You are doing exactly what is required. All the four deliveries till now, you have delivered it on spot. Just continue the same. And that is what they might be since Bhumit says that there was no change in field placement and anything. So after every ball, they were just calming the nerves. They were see it happens on a very big finale day when you are defending in the final over. The pressure is more on the bowler and not on the batsman. So the adrenaline is always high and it happens. So you have to calm the nerves every ball. And when you are bowling four good balls, the pressure again increases. The reason being, you have to continue bowling the same ball for the next two deliveries as well. And mind you, the fifth ball was also in the block hole. But as Pavik rightly mentioned, Jadeja took his stance a little bit deeper inside the crease and made this block hole delivery travel into the boundary. And boy, he just hit it with the sheer power. And the last ball, I would say, Mohit Sharma lost his line.
but I would also like to. I mean, I was also a little surprised that Mohit did not try any variations because he's somebody who's got so many variations in his repertoire, and he's got a wonderful slow one, a very deceptive slow one, a good bouncer, and a pacey bouncer also. Maybe because when you bowl four Yorkers, a batsman is also predicting that it's going to be a Yorker. Maybe a variation would have done a trick. You never know. But I was a bit surprised that he didn't try any other delivery throughout the over, not on the fifth ball or sixth ball, but throughout the over, there was no variation key to make the batsman guessing.
So, but why change
Right.
what's working?
Exactly. Easy to say that why no variations were done, especially when you are hit for the last two balls. But till then, all the four balls were spot on in the block hole, Yorkers, and even the fifth delivery, as I said, that it was a Yorker in the block hole. Just the better of the batsman, better mindset of the batsman made it go to the boundary. And otherwise, the fifth ball would also have been this similar ball as compared to the first four balls that he bowled.
Does it come as a surprise that Chennai won, or looking at their entire team, it doesn't come much as a surprise the way they have performed? There's not been a single standout performance throughout the tournament. In fact, if you take a look at most of the playing 11s of this tournament that people are putting out, there's only one player that makes the cut, and that is Ravindra Jadeja. There are no other Chennai players. And that, I think, speaks volumes about how Chennai has played like a team with whatever limited resources they had. hardly any superstar there. I mean, of course, they were big names, but not a real superstar there. There was one Ben Stokes who left pretty early in the tournament, didn't perform. And then with whatever limited resources they had, I think it's exceptional that Chennai actually won the tournament.
Yeah, I'd like to differ. I mean, by far, if you look at the consistency of the team, Gujarat probably was the best team for the tournament. I mean, and they also did not necessarily rely upon the stars. They had the Sai Sudarshans and Ridhiman Sahas and Mohit Sharma, who's sort of making a comeback, has made some significant contributions.
True,
And
but their stars had delivered. The Shubman Gill,
yeah, of course, Shubman Gill
Shami,
is there.
Rashid Khan, they delivered big time for them. Of
Yeah,
course,
yeah.
others chipped in.
Yeah. So Gujarat was definitely a more consistent team throughout the IPL, but it was just destined to be Chennai. I mean, it could have gone either way. If you look at the game, it was just a matter of that micro difference or less than a micro difference, nano difference, something kind of a thing. So it could have gone either way. And that's the beauty of it.
Cricket is a team game, and when all 11 performs, a team wins. You would see many less instances where superstars like Virat Kohli or say Faf du Plessis or Yashasvi Jaiswal, Josh Butler. There are many names, Rohit Sharma, Surya Kumar Yadav, who have been superstars of their own team, but to play consistently and win a tournament like this, you rather than having superstars and 2 3 players performing, you would rather expect a team who is performing, all the 10 11 players are performing and who are guided, channeled with proper instructions, proper directions, and a good leader. And Mahendra Singh Dhoni did exactly the same, and he has been doing it since 15 years, I would say. Though five trophies doesn't speak how he has led the team, the franchisee, but that is what is required of a team. Won't you agree?
Yeah. And I think I'd like to mention one more point, which is that if you look at all the champion teams, whether it is Chennai five times champion, Bombay five-time champions, the core of the team, performing core of the team, has been the domestic players.
Yes.
Unless there is a strong domestic core to the team cannot be the champion. I think that's and that's so satisfying as a fan, as a viewer of IPL, because at the end of the day, it is Indian Premier League, and it is the players like Sai Sudarshans and all. I mean, I won't be able to pick up all the names, but all the people who are barely known, they getting the platform and they making the best of it. I think that's the most wonderful essence of IPL.
The better domestic players you have, the more chances you have to go ahead in the tournament. We have seen this with Delhi, we have seen this with Punjab. The reason they are struggling is they have good players, but probably they are not staying up to the expectations on a big stage. They are not able to handle that pressure. And that's what actually differentiates the good performing teams, the champion teams like Gujarat, Chennai, or for that matter, Mumbai. They have had domestic players who have performed regularly and are not at all perturbed by the big stage, and they have always performed.
But isn't that something that's job of the team management, coaches, and the captain to make sure?
Yeah, I was about to bring the same point, that it is also important to see the kind of platform and the kind of roles these teams, like look at the example of Shivam Dubey or Vijay Shankar this season, or whether it is Tilak Verma and Nehal Vadera this season. this player, I mean, Mumbai also has got Tim Davids and the Brevis and the Greens in the squad, but they are giving this players chance ahead of the other players. And same is the case with Chennai. Same is the case with Gujarat. Giving players the position where they can perform. I think that is where the captains and the managements and the leaderships have to come in. And that is why it is so probably that's the reason why Chennai and Mumbai have been the most successful teams in IPL over the last 15 years.
Also, their management has backed their players a lot. If you see the teams that have played in this year's IPL, Delhi and Sunrisers Hyderabad, who had decent local talent, but they played 23 players in their 14 matches. Which is a lot of chopping and changing, which also doesn't allow the players to settle down. Whereas on the other side of the spectrum, you take case of Gujarat, Chennai, or Mumbai Indians, who have also have decent domestic and local players, but they haven't chopped and changed their players a lot.
For me, the classic example would be Gujarat Titans. Though they were sure of, they were sitting top of the table after the league matches, after the 13th league matches. The 14th league match, we all expected that they would raise the senior players like Mohammad Shami or say Hardik Pandya for that matter. Shubman Gill performed exceptionally well. He might be given a rest, but they chose otherwise. They thought that it was not correct to change the winning combination and should have continued with the same, and that's what they did. So no chopping and changing. I mean, minimum chopping and changing for the champion team, that you say, and we have seen this with Dhoni as well. However bad or poor performance a player is giving, he just continues with the same 11, 12, or to the max 13 players that he thinks would be playing for the entire season. He has actually lived up to the expectation and actually, I would say, performed a level above his own talent, I would say. And come this World Test Championship, we would be expecting much more. Now, see, the expectations would increase from the fans. The way he has performed in this IPL, naturally, the expectations go up. Now, not only with Shubman Gill, it happens with now Rahane, who is coming after a good form into the Test team. Virat Kohli has always been performing, and with Virat Kohli, earlier it used to be with Sachin Tendulkar. Whenever he used to step on the field, we all expected a century. Whatever match he played, it transpired to Virat Kohli, and now Virat Kohli still stays the same player, and we all expect him to perform well every time he steps onto the field. And now it will be Shubman Gill. So yeah, let's hope that these players continue with their purple form and bring in the accolades.
I mean, this IPL was exceptional in every sense. I think after good 3 years, it came to the full circle and it went back to where it belonged. Home and away matches, full crowds, and if at all, it was a batting paradise. All majority of the pitches were batting paradise. Probably the season with majority of more number of games going 200 plus than ever before. So spare a thought for the bowlers, but having said that, probably a feast, a complete feast for the fans. And then what a final! What a final! Going right down to the last ball. I don't think if anybody comes and tells you that they knew that this is what going to be the result, believe me, they were lying, or they were just throwing, just like I was. So
unless it's Jayasha.
And you remember all the furore on the controversy that happened when Chennai Super Kings runners-up board came up on the WhatsApp and memes from the ground. So see, this all happens, and this was part of preparation, I would say. It's, two teams playing, Gujarat
Of course.
and
Yeah.
Chennai. So it was a trial run that the broadcasters do prior to the big finale. So it would have
Yeah.
been for Gujarat Titans as well, but media only caught what they wanted to, and
Yeah, of
created
course.
controversy. And since last 3 years or 4 years, we have been hearing that the mojo of IPL is going down, and audience is not enjoying it that much, and the TRPs are going down, etc., etc. But look at the final, GT versus CSK. Uh, who would have? I mean, more than 12 to 13 crores people watch this finale, sitting at their home or maybe in the ground, etc. And more than 4 crores people witnessed this on Geo. So see, it's not a small number, and the popularity is just going up with season by season.
It is already the second biggest franchise leagues across all sports across the globe. It has already surpassed English Premier League and all. And it's just a matter of time it becomes the number one.
Oh, well, right now NFL is way ahead, and I think it will be very difficult to capture NFL, but let's hope that happens sometimes in future. But I think with that, we would like to wrap this episode. And it was, of course, a fun IPL. We had a lot of fun moments in this IPL, memorable moments, at least by the time IPL ended. There was one moment where Dhoni lifted and cradled Jadeja, and then had a maybe even teared up a bit in that moment, and that will live on in our memories forever. The Thala showing his emotions.
And he
And
is, in all likeliness, coming back.
yeah,
He has not hanged his
yeah,
boots
yeah.
till date. So let's hope for more emotions in 16th edition.
So we've also had some amazing performances from uncapped players, and that is going to be our next video where we will discuss and etch out an IPL playing 11 of all the Indian uncapped players. And before that, you guys can also participate in that. You guys can maybe write down your uncapped playing 11 for this IPL, put down in the comment section of this video, and when we come in the next video, we'll discuss even those out. And if there is one team that matches our team, well, you never know, there might be good surprises in store for you. But till then, it's goodbye from our side, and hopefully we see you soon. Take care and enjoy cricket.
1,